Wow, that was cool.
Hello, everybody. It's Randy Hilarski here. Sorry, my camera has glitched out. So Mike is the only sexy beast up on the screen.
Hello, everybody. It's Randy Hilarski here.
So for those of you who are new to the DefiBench, come check out DefiBench.com. The ITO has been going on for a couple months now. We have been super excited. I have been piling in probably more than I should have. This is not a sponsored post by any means. This is a community post, and I will be doing more for DefiBench in the coming months. I think that the people need to hear about this project, so I'm going to continue talking about it, and I hope you guys join me and we can have a community show bi-weekly, weekly, whatever we decide to do. But I want to introduce everyone to Mike Patel. Mike's been a friend of mine for a few years, since 2017. We actually met in Prague, and then we met again in 2018 when I went to Prague again. And he's been sharing his dream of DefiBench with me, and I've been super excited. And when he launched it, I immediately contacted him and said, how can I get involved? And he told me, I don't need you to really get involved, just buy tokens. So that's what I did, and I can't wait to get started with the project. So I'm going to let Mike go ahead and take it.
Hey guys, I hope everybody can hear us. Some feedback would be good. Randy, if you can see on the YouTube, if people can hear us.
Yeah.
This is fantastic, Randy. Thank you for doing this. I was seeing your proposal for the live stream or the chat in the group, and I said, why don't we do it? Let people come in and we can talk about what's going on. We can announce some surprising, great stuff here, and we can continue this maybe once a week if you have time. So people are fully aware about that we are not working in isolation. What has happened for us is that there is so much work with the entire team for the last few months that we've not been able to devote a decent amount of time to the community. And I completely take full responsibility for the same. And I think it's not a smart move. But what has happened now is that we are in a great shape. We have moved from so Randy, should I introduce the project from beginning, or how do you want me to do this?
Yeah, absolutely, because there's a lot of new people that have been coming into the Telegram lately, and they might not know what's going on.
That makes sense. So I think I'll start from beginning. When we first thought of DefiBench and ADA, the token, the idea was that we saw a big opportunity in the DeFi space, in the NFT space, and we wanted to focus on something which is a really large scalable business, which makes serious and real revenues and real profits. And it's a sustainable business for minimum 5 to 7 years, depending on where the trends go. And we didn't want to do something which is a seasonal business, like just create a yield farming DApp and forget about it for 6 months. And after that, nobody cares about it. There are like 4,000 yield farming dApps now. Maybe 5 of them are actually at the top and rest are not even being used anymore. So the idea was that, okay, let's make DeFi simple, make it really one-click DeFi, and bring all the people who are in the crypto or in the CeFi or who are not taking participation in DeFi because of the complexity. Let's solve that problem first. Let's make it very user-friendly. Let's make it very approachable. Let's make it really easy to understand for people to come and play with and get engaged with. So that was the DeFi part. That's one of the key components of the ecosystem, which is the DeFi asset management platform, which technically competes existing players like Yarn Finance, Harvest, and many others. The second most important platform, which is actually becoming even more important than the first one now, is the NFT platform. And when we started working on NFT, to be honest, this was almost 7 months ago. That's why our NFTs are ready and out in public. Legends like Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss have tweeted and shared our NFTs on their Instagram, which is a great endorsement for us. And a lot of people were not NFT believers 6 months ago when we started building this. And we realized that there are too many marketplaces and too many auction houses, but nobody's creating high quality content which really connects emotionally with your audience, which people can remember and would love to own, would love to buy, and they can really connect to it. And we thought of multiple ideas. We sat on the storyboard, we sat in the production room. We have a proper production facility now here in Prague with 4 artists working with us full time. We are working with very important artists like Primal Cypher, Rami, Oz Malik, many of them who are globally known, who are also in the top 10 artists being sold in Nifty today. And we've been creating content quietly without making much noise, and I think the content will speak for itself. Uh, our 3D NFT videos or video NFTs, which have featured the Founders series focusing on Winklevoss twins, CZ Binance, Cronier, have
Hey,
all.
hey, Mike, why don't I take and share one of those right now? I can right live on the screen.
That would be awesome if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I've already have it loaded for everybody. This
Wow.
is the Winklevoss twins one.
We can even.
So, oh yeah, that gives me chills every time I see it.
Thank you, Randy. We should even show the Cronier one today at some point. So the idea was that, a lot of people think that NFTs maybe downloading a picture, putting some neon filters and selling it for a price, and those things are actually selling it, to be honest, like crazy. But I think that there are very subjective, different connectivity points and belief systems which you can create NFTs around. And we have a very serious opportunity here to work with some very important motion graphic artists, some really powerful DJs, exceptionally good traditional artists who are now jumping into the digital art world. And I took it very seriously 6 7 months ago when we started building this. That's why we have a content bank now. We are launching the Vitalik NFT in less than 1.5 week from today. Maybe we'll do the preview with you. And followed by that, we have hundreds of NFTs coming out from Primal Cypher, Rami, and so many other big names. And all of this are in production for last few months. Uh, Currently, almost a lot of big companies, so three of the biggest auction houses in marketplace have already reached out to us. I'm not name dropping them right now because we want to work with only one or maybe two. So we'll finalize those deals with them in the next few days before we even get listed on Uniswap. And the idea is that a lot of these companies are realizing that they have great marketplace, great tool, great auction house, but they still need compelling content. They still need very, very high quality uh, NFTs, which are really engaging, which people will come, buy, sell, trade, and all of that. And we are also working with some physical products now, which are made in some very high quality silver and other commodities by artists, which will be tokenized on the blockchain and be sold the digital as well as the offline part as NFT as well. So this is growing way beyond our own imagination. So that's the second platform. The third platform is DEX, which we started originally only with ERC20, and we quickly saw that uh, what's happening with ERC20 and Ethereum fees for the last few months, and we realized that we cannot simply do this. We need to have at least two more support systems of chains and some of the highest traction blockchains. So we said, okay, let's speak to the community, let's speak to the developer community and see what's going on. And we actually realized that if we do Binance Smart Chain support on the DEX, where people can swap many tokens against BNB and also Polkadot, this will be huge because not many DEXs are offering this. DEXs are offering this currently, and it's a massive opportunity. So we are already ready with ERC20. We are in final test and audit going in the next 1 week. And we will be ready with the Binance Smart Chain BNB swappable DEX option as well within next 75 days. So we are going very aggressive with all developments. And immediately after that, Polkadot will be added. So that's
I actually think that the Polkadot one will be pretty easy. From everyone I've talked to says that the technology is much simpler than other chains to implement. So that I look forward to that one. I think March is going to be a huge month for Polkadot.
Yeah, I think you are absolutely right. People are seeing it. Polkadot, which was at like $3-4, is $33. Traction is going on. For me to track traction of any good blockchain is only one parameter. How many developers are working on it? How many developers are excited? And I have never seen this with any project except for Ethereum for the last 5 years or maybe more. And everybody who has come has done a little bit here and there, but nobody actually was able to convince a large amount of developers and founders and entrepreneurs to jump onto their projects or their blockchain uh, and start developing. And I'm seeing that with Polkadot. I'm actually also seeing that with Binance Smart Chain in a big way because the fees are extremely low, speed is very fast. So I think we are up for very big surprises this year. We will see how this goes. So the DEX, ERC20, Binance Smart Chain, BNB, and Polkadot for sure, without any doubts. And the last most important platform is the DeFi Launchpad. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, there are multiple DeFi Launchpad. Why do you need this? Why should you even have one? And we had three simple answers for that. We have a very simple, transparent approach to life. I have that to my life from beginning, from my first very venture. We try to be as transparent as we can with ourselves, with our team, with our community, with our customers. And I don't see that in DeFi even today. I don't see that in the NFT space even today. Half of the people are still anonymous. Nobody's sharing their name, details, address, location, nothing. None of these guys have registered offices, and it's a pretty big issue. And I think that if people are investing so much money into a platform, if you're having a TVL of 20 to 200 million dollars on a platform and you have no real face to the company, that's a problem. And I think that we are solving that in a big way with the DeFi Launchpad, that only founders who are transparent, who are open to verify, can raise funds. So that's one. That gives a lot of trust to the community. Second, people who are ADA token holders obviously get a lot of big benefits. But what we are bringing in this, we are trying to plug, we are actually working on it and it should be ready in the next 3 months. Plug a support system in this Launchpad when we go live, where you can actually participate in any upcoming opportunity with almost 150 tokens, the top 150 tokens. And the idea is that why is everybody limiting almost all launchpads with Ethereum or maybe a couple of other tokens? Today, there are so many crypto hodlers globally who have unnecessary tokens or many tokens lying down with them, which has maybe some value, but that companies are not doing anything much uh, in the real momentum or the current situation. And they can actually use those dead tokens if they are still having liquidity and if they are still acceptable in the market to actually participate in the newer projects. So that I think is a very exciting point, which we realized when we spoke to a lot of people, that this is something big and we can engage a very larger investor community for all the new startups who want to launch and raise funds.
Sure. Mike, now obviously I'm very well connected in the crypto community and in DeFi. If a company or a team or a community wants to get their coin listed on Ediswap, where do they have to go through? What are the steps?
So we realize that, again, we don't want to be control freak. We don't want to be centralized. We don't want to have, jargons that you pay us this and do, and none of that. Everybody will have a same single process. We are listing a very simple form, which everybody needs to fill out. And once that is done, the community or the active members will decide, and instantly the project can go live. It's permissionless. So actually the project can go live on its own. They don't even need any approval. But the idea is for Launchpad, there is a lot of community engagement, and we are also making the governance active for that. But with regards to ADA swap, anybody can register, create a liquidity pool, and start the listing literally in the matter of minutes.
Okay, great. It looks like your camera froze. Does it look like it froze on your end too? You don't have to touch it or even play with it. I'm just wondering if your camera froze.
Actually, it's not frozen at my end. Is it
Oh,
good
there it
now?
goes. It caught up. It caught up. Okay, great.
Because sometimes YouTube has a delay, maybe for a second.
It's okay. We're a third-party software, so I think that might be part of the problem. But all right, but look, NFTs are going to be huge in 2020. I think this is going to be one of the big parts of this bull run. I admit I discounted it. NFTs were not important to me. I'm more of a DeFi guy, so that's what I paid attention to. And that's why I got excited about DefiBench. But for some reason, I have a feeling that it might be the NFT side of DefiBench that really takes us up, because so everyone's getting excited about it. And you said like people like Primal Cipher are coming over to make these NFTs. And how does the farming feature work? I mean, what do we have to do to participate in order to win some of these NFTs?
So basically, we did two simple things. If you are staking the ADA token in the ADA vault to gain rewards and gain additional ADA tokens, or you are providing liquidity with the Ethereum pair, you have access to two different pools, and you get certain number of points for the same, and you can actually redeem those points to gain the NFTs, which we have spent very serious amount of time, money, and efforts creating. And the secondary part is now, because so many auction houses are chasing us, we will also create maybe a very, very limited edition of those NFTs to give to them, so they can create additional hype marketing. So when the user gets the NFT by staking ADA in the vault or providing liquidity as LP provider, they can actually go into the secondary market and sell it for a pretty hefty price, whether it's OpenSea, Rarible, and many other points, because we are also additionally creating the hype for the same. But Randy, I have a question. A lot of people have questions in the chat. Somebody asked why 70% public sale too much. I can't read much. Shall we address few of those? That will be very interesting.
Sure, absolutely. Let's go. Let me actually share the ITO. Let's go into this. Let's just so we can see a different screen here.
Yeah. So there is a gentleman called Vost Lee, VHOST, who had asked, isn't the public sale 70% too much? Can I address that question?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Lee, I hope you can hear me. So the fact is that public sales should be 90%, in my opinion. And the reason for that is that no founders or no team should control a large liquidity, because that's the problem. When you are controlling too much liquidity, you will start selling when the price goes higher. So the more liquidity remains with the community, the founders or the founding team or the advisors have no chance to create a sell pressure. So one of the things which people have learned from multi-billion dollar currencies or multi-billion token currencies in circulation like Tron, XRP, and many others, that the price appreciation doesn't happen very easily because there is too much sell pressure. The management has billions of tokens which they can keep. They have been continuously selling them. And the idea is that maximum supply should be owned by the community. That is the easiest way to make sure that there is no selling pressure and the token velocity is maintained pretty well.
And what is the lockup period for the team?
So the lockup period for the team is 7 months, with a cliff period starting from 4 months. So till 4 months, they have no access to any tokens, including me. And for the next 3 months, 5th, 6th, and 7th month, they will get access to certain number of token. And then for the next 3 or 4 months, they'll get access to all the tokens. But the team collectively owns 5%. So that is 250 tokens, which is literally a joke in today's crypto market conditions.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, when EdaSwap launches, those of us who have our EDA tokens staked, we're going to earn part of the fees, correct?
Yes. So basically, we are trying to do 3 things there, and we'll bring more clarity and release documents so everybody has clarity about it. But the most exciting point I wanted to share with you, Randy, was about this question is that what we are trying to do or what we've achieved now, that of course, every business we have decided is going to make money. We don't want to create hype and there's no serious revenue around it. So whatever the revenue is generated through the DEX, whether it's ERC20, Binance Smart Chain, or even the Polkadot, a certain portion of that revenue is certain portion of that profit or fees is instantly shared sorry, I'm getting some call from the team. Certain portion of that uh, fees will instantly be shared to publicly buy back ADA tokens from the open market. So what this does, that if we are making, let's say, $100,000 in fees, we are sharing 25,000 or $50,000 that same day to go out in the market and buy ADA from the open market. And then this ADA tokens are distributed again to people who are staking ADA and people who are providing liquidity. And this is a constant circle. This goes on and on and on. What it means that we are maintaining extremely high token velocity and very high pressure on the buy side of it, and utilizing our own funds to do that, and making sure the community gets constantly benefited. So this was a very uh, well thought and integrated mechanism which is now fully operational. We are testing it right now, and I think people might not understand how big this is, but this is going to be very, very big in the next few months.
Well,
You
I know
understand?
that, yeah,
Context.
I remember when Binance did this. That's how Binance got their token to go up so high. They were one of the first ones to really implement buybacks, and we saw what their token did.
Yeah, but I would say that, Randy, you have to keep two things in mind. Yes, Binance is one of the great companies for sure, but they had very, very large token supply, and they were burning and doing all of these things. We have 5,000 tokens forever with no further minting capabilities. So this mechanism applied to our ecosystem can really create a mathematical social experience which is way beyond our own imagination.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Mike, I know as a CEO, you can't, you're not allowed to go and talk about the future price and speculation and those kind of things, and we want to be careful with what governments feel. So, what do you, as far as market cap is concerned? I know market cap is a vanity metric, but what do you think that in 1 year, what do you think we could possibly reach as a possible? Nothing's in cement here, folks. This is just Mike saying, this is possible.
Yeah. No, so I think this is first of all, this is not a financial advice, a full disclosure, and we don't encourage anybody to do anything which is way beyond their own risk appetite or understanding. But I spoke to certain analysts, and there are people like WSB chairman and some crypto bet street guy and another guy for crypto for noobs, and they were doing their own numbers, and they said, what is your top one ambition for this year? I said, we want to enter top 100 tokens no matter what. And they said, that looks like very easy. I mean, that's a very easy to achieve goal. I said, well, it's very easy for you as an outsider. For us, while we are working on the project, we know there are so many challenges for that. There is so much power play out there in the market besides what you can deliver and what you can execute. So our first goal is to be in the top 100 market, top 100 tokens on CoinMarketCap for sure before the year ends, which brings the market cap to an average size of 250 million if we have to compete with that. So we have to break through that, and I think we are pretty confident before end of the year we should be doing that.
Okay, so that's about so for those of you out there who are watching, I think it's about $50,000 price on EDDA.
Wow. I'm not saying any of this, but I spoke to 3 people who understand maybe the market cap and the token economics much better than we do understand ourselves.
Right.
And they said that you guys have created a beast and this is going to shock many people. And they gave me example of Wi-Fi and many other companies who are low supply tokens with 30, 45, 60,000 tokens. And they said 5,000 tokens, this can be scary. Like, at some point, this can just go crazy. And I said, well, we believe in what we are doing. We are executing for last 11 months. We are going to keep working hard for next 2-3 years till everything is at a scale where we are satisfied, and then obviously continue to work as well. And we'll see how the market responds. But we had few glitches. We had some issues before rebranding. And I think we are at a very good stage now. And people have understood that we really are here for serious business. I think Cameron Winklevoss tweeting about our NFT was a big moment for us because 400 people retweeted that. And we actually exchanged a private message after that with them. I exchanged personally, and I was pretty impressed at how hands-on these guys are, even though they own 1 million Bitcoin and businesses like Gemini, Winklevoss, Capital, and Nifty, and so many other companies. So very, very exciting times. And I think we are going to positively surprise everybody.
Ask Tech wrote 250,000 end of year.
I mean,
That's a 1 billion market. That's a 1.25 billion market cap.
yeah. So I think there is a guy from CSB Wall Street who was on Reddit and is now on Twitter. He keeps messaging me. Very excited guy, very powerfully guy who understands stock markets for 20 years and crypto for 5 years. And he told me your goal should be only one. And I said, what? He said, you have to beat YFI's market cap. Well, I said, we rather beat them on the product and everything else, and market cap, the market will decide the market cap. And I think it's looking good. It's really, really exciting time.
Okay, so Andres says, let me put it up here. I think what people want to know, who will ETA be collabing with, partnering with out the gate? And I think we did cover a little bit of that. You said that not so much collabing, but working on the Polkadot blockchain, and also what was the other one?
Binance Smart Chain.
Binance Smart Chain, yeah. So those two right there are right off the block. And then you also said the NFT partners, that people are going to be building NFTs. So you did say that 150 tokens or so will be listed at launch for Etaswap?
I couldn't hear you.
About 150 tokens or so will be launched when Etaswap launches?
Yeah. So basically, we have kept 5% of the tokens, which is 250 tokens for the liquidity pool. Now, this liquidity pool has to be divided between a DEX and a SEX, because no centralized exchange, even after you pay them more money than you have in your pocket, they still want tokens and liquidity and all of that. And it's a very different practice, but we have to follow that if you really want to be playing the right game with the right people. So around 250 tokens have been totally dedicated and kept for that. And a very large portion will be used on Uniswap. With regards to our NFT and the partners question, we are talking to 3 of the biggest NFT auction houses. We will announce one name in the next 15 to 30 days. We are also talking to 3 other companies in the crypto space. One of them is listed on Binance and is doing exceptionally well. I cannot name them. They have had crazy price appreciation, and they are actually studying our code. They are actually doing a due diligence on us. I have a call with the CEO again, who is in California, in 1 hour. And I think we are very excited. So we have a lot of stuff going on, but I think name dropping them right now doesn't make sense. We rather show public that, okay, we have community, that we have done this, it's finalized, and we are live.
Yeah, please don't do any Justin Sun stuff. So
I don't believe in announcement. Sometimes people get angry and sometimes they create FUD, but I tell them that, guys, you have to believe in us, that we are working very hard, the entire team. And if we announce something today and that doesn't happen, then it shows all of us in the bad light. So that's why we are holding the names, and we will announce them as soon as all of this is confirmed. But I have 2 big announcements for you, Randy, and for the whole community. If you want to get into that.
Go ahead, Mike.
The first announcement is that we are 100% stopping the retail token sale completely on 5th of March, 12 a.m. midnight Pacific time. There will be no token sold after that ever anywhere in the world. There are 2 venture funds who are talking to us, and if they sign some kind of a MOU, we will freeze a certain number of token for them. But that's it. Between today and 5th of March is the last chance to buy ADA tokens. There'll be no tokens available after that. And we are trying to finalize date 11th March for the Uniswap listing. From our side, it is already finalized, but there are liquidity providers. There are people who own more ADA than even us. And we are talking to all of them that if they want, they are excited, and if they want to come on board at the same day as well. So these are final dates, that there is no chance we'll be selling any tokens after 5th March midnight Pacific time. So these are the last, I would say, 12 or 13 days left for anybody in the world. And another thing is, these funds which we are talking to, let's say if they say they want to buy 500 tokens or 200 tokens or 1,000 tokens, we will freeze them if they sign the MOU before we go live. And if some things don't work out in their mind and our mind, and we don't connect at the same level of energy, and we don't work with them, then we will burn almost 80 to 90% of the tokens completely, immediately. And the remaining token will be used only for rewarding the community through 2 different pools, and maybe to develop a little bit of ecosystem and to support marketing partners who can keep on talking about us and engaging us. But that's it. Not a single person in team will get even 1 token from that. So This is very clear. Looks like that if the funds take too much time, we might not wait for them, and we might go live with a even more lower supply than 5,000.
Okay, so someone has a question. Will the tokens be sent out on the 6th of March? I know it takes a couple days to do that. This is not something.
Yeah. So I would say token will be sent out 5th March. We will end the token in the midnight Pacific time. 6th March, we will do a final audit. 7th March, or 8th March, we will start the process. So everybody will have the token on the time of listing or before the time of listing. So there is no question about that. But the exact process, I will let the admins post the details. So there is no ambiguity and there is no gray area, because this decision was literally made today between the entire team. And we wanted to close the sale as soon as possible. But there are some bulk investors, there are investor pools, there are venture funds who said, guys, can you not stop the sale because we want to come in while the sale is on. And we told them, we cannot wait for you for another 1 month. We want to go live. We want to list on Uniswap. We want to list on at least 1 or 2 big centralized exchange immediately after that in the next 2 months. So we have made a decision today which might not make a lot of people happy, but our community will be happy with it.
Okay, I have a question about liquidity on Uniswap. So I'm not a huge fan of a lot of liquidity because I like prices to go up. I like the volatility. If you have too much liquidity, then the coin just sits there static. So what kind of liquidity are you planning for from the launch day?
So basically, liquidity we will provide. When I would say we will provide in the $250,000 range, which means or $300,000 range, which means $150,000 worth of ADA and $150,000 worth of Ethereum will be plugged into Uniswap directly by us, and that will continue to be added by many other people who are already talking to us. But I think there is not enough supply, so you will see the buyers who hear about us. We have to also understand that Uniswap has around 10,000, 15,000 active traders who possibly don't even know about us at this point because they are in Japan, they are in China, they are in Malaysia, Philippines, and they will find out about us the only moment when we go live. And these guys only buy it in open market. So it's going to be exciting situation for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. 150,000. That we could easily. People go do your research on liquidity on Uniswap. You can add your own liquidity too. So those of you who have never used Uniswap, you've got to add the equal amount of Ethereum with the equal amount of ADA in price value to add liquidity, and you can earn a little bit of coin for adding liquidity.
Yeah, Randy, I think there are a few more questions.
Yeah, I see them, but I wanted to ask about that was my question.
Oh, that's fine. I'm happy to answer your and everybody's question. That's the purpose of this live stream, that let's make it as interactive as possible.
Sure.
I still have around 20 minutes because after that I need 10 minutes break before I talk to the CEO of this company, which I told you, which is listed on Binance, and they also own a very big fund in California. And this is my second call with them. So I'm excited to hear what they have seen so far and what due diligence they want to do further. Eloise, Ian had asked about investor. Eloise, I just answered that we don't want to behave like typical crypto shilling companies and share the names, because till we have signed something with them, it's no point. It's literally in thin air.
Okay. All right. So someone did ask, what are some other areas that they can find out about DefiBench besides just our website, besides your website?
Yeah, I think people should spend maybe just 10 minutes to read even the light paper. When we wrote the light paper, we didn't outsource this to somebody, who's a technical writer. We wrote it in-house. I started with 2 of my team members and we said, okay, light paper is going to be in English and it's not going to be in engineering or a technical language. We are going to write the light paper in a way where anybody who spends 10 minutes to read it one start to end, or 12 minutes, will know everything that we know. And to be honest, it's like our Bible. We have shared everything in the light paper and we are following that to the T, including the roadmaps and all of that.
Okay. All right. So MH asks, what exchanges are you in talks with big exchanges? You already covered that. Yes. You said yes. You're already in talks with other exchanges and centralized ones too, not just DEXs. And what about layer 2? Are we going to have layer 2 on Ediswap? I've been using a layer 2 solution lately. I'm not going to say the name on Livestream, but people can watch my video about it. what kind of layer 2 solutions are we going to have?
So we have not announced any layer 2 solution yet. We are testing with couple of very interesting layer 2 partners, but we realize if we get into too many things right away, it might be too ambitious. And actually, a lot of people, even the big funds, think that we are too ambitious. But now, when they see our code, when they see that it's audited, when they see platforms are live, they are pretty surprised that what's going on. Uh, so, layer 2, as of now, no fixed uh, plans or executable plans or roadmap. But Binance Smart Chain, Polkadot, ERC20, 100% yes.
Yeah, and I think that's actually going to be sufficient for the next
Actually, I
year or
wanted
so.
to also try with Randy with you that uh, as people have only seen the mainnet video, shall we surprise everybody and shall I send you the username password as admin on your chat somewhere and you can log on to the mainnet and can you show it to people or is it not possible?
Oh, I can't. I'm not able to do that. I have to actually load it to StreamYard, so I can't do it now.
So we prepare for it in the next week because now we moved from testnet to mainnet, two of the platforms, DeFi asset management, volts, rewards, staking, yield farming is already fully ready, and so is the NFT platform. So actually, you can log in and connect to MetaMask, actually invest your real funds, whether it's $10 or $10 million, and test it out in a live environment.
Oh, that's great. All right. So that's what Mr. Revoluto, he's saying, where can we see mainnet? You said that's what you're telling me about, that I would have to log in to check it out, right? When is that going to be live? Is that going to be live after the pre-sale is done or after the listing on Uniswap?
The mainnet will be live after the listing on Uniswap because we don't want to launch the mainnet which is not fully audited by at least one or two auditors who are outside companies and not in-house auditors. And we are right now working with a company called Hack Control, which is the fork of Hacken. They are a very, very serious security analyst. And we are talking to one more company to do that. So the idea is that the mainnet we can show in next 3-4 days. Actually, I can show it today to anybody who wants to see, but I'll have to give them my master admin access and password. But we will launch the mainnet only after it's fully audited, which I think will be only after Uniswap listing.
But you said, okay, so we already have one audit done, but you're doing another one, a technology audit, correct?
Yes. And the idea is that you have seen what has happened to the hacks in even companies like Young Finance, Cream, Harvest. You know the number of hacks which have happened on all of these companies. So it might be very exciting that, okay, we are ready and we should launch. But I think security is important parameter. And we are learning from the past few hacks, the new vectors and what's been happening. And how can we avoid that in our best capacity or minimize those risks?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, these rug pulls are a real shame, and a lot of them are between the rug pulls and the hacks of the platforms. It's people are getting wrecked left and right, and that's because projects aren't going out there and willing to spend the $50,000-$60,000 it costs to get these audits done. It looks like you guys have two. So Hacken is amazing. I love those guys here.
But the costs have gone much higher now. So audit costs are now almost $200,000 for one platform. And if it involves more than 5 or 7 or 10 smart contracts, it can be even more. So because the demand is so much and there are only few companies doing good work, the cost of audits has gone through the roof. And the problem with a lot of companies who even have funds and want to avoid doing this, I think, is that they are not understanding how big this is a risk for not just them, but for anybody who's investing into their ecosystem, their token, or anybody who's going to stake or use their mechanisms to get more returns on their stable coins. So we want to be pretty sure about this, and there are not going to be any shortcuts anywhere.
Okay, I got one other question here from Elois. Can we please have details on the investment funds, or is it still confidential? What can you share?
Okay, so investor plans, this is the situation, and it's very truthful. We were talking to multiple funds. We have narrowed down now to only 3 of them because they understand what we are doing. And we've given them time till a certain date in March, ideally before listing, that if they don't decide how much money they want to invest and what kind of ecosystem support, partner support, network support they want to bring in, then there is no point continuing this relationship or discussion. 2 of them seem very excited, and I think they might come through. But that's all I can share at this moment. And I can guarantee you that immediately around or after Uniswap listing, we will publicly reveal that either it's on or it's not on, and even the names if it's on.
Okay, great. So people keep talking about external proof that the project is legit. I think the audits are pretty good external proof, because these companies are multi-million-dollar companies that are from the tech space, from the crypto space, who are going in and auditing your code to say that DefiBench is real and that you don't have to worry about a hack to come, security hack or anything like that. So I think that's sufficient.
We also shared on the ITO page, you can see if you scroll down, there is also audit certificate on this page, which are flashing on your screen,
Hold on.
proves that we can't have more than 5,000 tokens, and that's also audited by head control. The certificate is attached to it. The entire team is public, so there is nothing to hide from our side. If you scroll down, you will see the links, you will see the audit certificate. Yeah, you see audit right here. Now when you click on add audit, you can download the certificate right above. Yeah, so that's a PDF file which people can download and watch and check, and it's done by Hack Control, which is a very reputed company. Randy, you there? Hi. Randy, I can't hear you or I can't see you. Are you here or something happened with your computer? Can anybody on YouTube confirm if they can hear me? Wow, it looks like we lost Randy again. He's having some issue with his computer today, unfortunately. But no issues, guys. If you can hear me, it is great. We will do this again. I will try to be active on Telegram as well, but there is really too much work for next 30 days. So please forgive us if I'm not so active on the Telegram group. We will try to do more of this live stream and webcast with Randy, and we'll continue doing that. I think today was a good start, and we should do many more. Thank you guys for participating, for believing in us. Please feel free to ask any questions. My email is on Telegram group, several times shared, and my Twitter ID is also there. And let's do something amazing. See you all. Stay sharp, stay strong, stay positive. Don't over suspect everything. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask us anytime. Strong. Signing off. Take care, guys. This was really good, and I look forward to doing many more lives with Randy and with all of you.
Yeah, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I was just signing off on my own because I thought, because some guys told me on YouTube that they can hear me, but they can't see or hear you.
Yeah, well, but you're in the stream, so it kept going. For some reason, when I was doing the scroll down, it was too much for my computer or something. I just turned it off. But yeah, I think we covered everything, and I'll edit that part out.
But Randy, we should do this more, and I think today was a good start. But let's do this even one more next week or around Uniswap listing. Sure. And I think the token sale date will be updated on the token sale URL now in the next few minutes or maybe half an hour. And all of this is confirmed, and there are no changes coming whatsoever.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you, guys. See you. Take care.